Well, good morning, everybody. You might have heard the old joke about a guy who's driving like a madman down the road. He's tailgating people. He's making unsafe lane changes. And what's worse, he's got his window rolled down. He's cursing at people, making rude hand gestures. And then suddenly he sees the siren behind him, pulls over. It's a policeman. But to his surprise, he doesn't just get a citation. The policeman actually arrests him, takes him to the police station, books him, fingerprints him, gets a mugshot, throws him into a holding cell. He's arrested. But for what, he wonders. A couple of hours later, the arresting officer comes back and says, listen, I really got to apologize to you, but I got to be honest, when I saw you making the rude hand gestures and cursing at people and driving so unsafely, and then I looked at the back of the car and I saw the K-Love bumper sticker, the What Would Jesus Do bumper sticker, and the Ichthus fish decal, I naturally assumed the car had been stolen. Thank you. People really are watching to see if our behavior matches our beliefs, and they should. People have every right to expect that we behave in a way that matches our profession, and this is one of the things that Paul is urging the Corinthians to do. We just wrapped up our series in the book of 2 Corinthians. One of the things that Paul tells them to do is to be generous. The people in Jerusalem were going through a famine. And he says in verses like 2 Corinthians chapter 8, verse 7, see that you excel in this grace of giving. Now listen to this. Show these men, this is verse 24 now, show these men the proof of your love so that the assembly can see it. He says, generosity not only helps the people who need your generosity, but it's also proof of your love and proof of your faith, so that others can see it. Well, here's my question. We just finished the study in 2 Corinthians. You could see they were a very troubled congregation. Paul has to correct them in areas like generosity. Did they listen? Did they change? Well, check this out. I want to show you a picture. Dionysius was the mid-2nd century bishop of the city of Corinth. And he wrote a letter which survives to this day about how the Corinthian Christians acted about 85 years after Paul wrote 2 Corinthians, when there was a pandemic in Corinth. Listen to what he says. Most of our brothers showed love and loyalty in not sparing themselves while helping one another, tending to the sick with no thought of danger, and gladly departing this life with them after becoming infected with their disease. Many who nursed others to health died themselves, thus transferring their death to themselves. The heathen were the exact opposite. They pushed away those with the first signs of the disease and fled even from their dearest. The world was watching to see how the Corinthian Christians would act toward their own congregation, toward their neighbors, and even toward their enemies, and they loved them, just as Paul had asked them to do. I'm so glad to know that the Corinthians listened. Now, what about us? Let's be like them. Let's hear the word that God is giving us through 2 Corinthians, and let's respond to needs around us with love and with generosity, so that when people see the bumper stickers on our cars and watch how we're driving, there'll be a correlation. God bless you. You think about that. Have a great day.